There we go. What's going on out there, Junkie Nation? It's your boys, Ken Sure. We're back with another great episode of Culture Junkies Live. So today, we are talking about the first two episodes of The Acolyte. We watched it last night in a live chat in our Discord channel. And, we talked about it. We like what we see so far. So we're kind of going to go over that show. But also, we're going to cover a couple of trailers that have dropped this week, along with a few other things that are hanging out there as well. Some anniversaries and the comic books and other stuff like that. So, without further ado, let me introduce who's going to be on the show with me today. My good friends, the great Atakuji GQ and Simon Says are here. My looks like my stream deck is frozen, so I have to restart that. Sorry about that. That was that's why you always have the backup. You do it manually. Anyway, GQ, Daddy Green's Pizza, not Simon Says, and Atakuji are here. What's up, fellas? How you doing?
Yo, what up? What up?
He said Daddy Green's Pizza.
Move your pizza to Daddy Green's Pizza. Let me for those of you out there, you youngins out there, let me know what if you can figure out what.
Yeah,
figure out what movie that's from.
Just throw it. Yeah, throw it in the chat.
Yes, just throw it in. Extra points.
Hopefully somebody will know. Let's see. Okay, so this sounds like a rumor.
Yeah. I was looking at that too.
A couple of things in the chat. First, let's say hello. Wolverine Solid X. What's up? Is it, how do you spell that? Yatman 90? Is that how you spell that?
Yatman 90.
Yatman 90. What's up to you both? Thank you for being here. But yeah, let's talk about it. So Wolverine Solid X drops something in the chat. Like, man, I hear Ryan Reynolds is pissed at Marvel and Disney for messing up his Deadpool and Wolverine film with some bad stuff they added to his story. Shake my head. So, first of all, not only does this sound like a unsubstantiated rumor, because let's be honest, Wolverine, anti-Disney fervor has never been higher. So people that have agendas they like to push that are anti-Disney, that want to infer that Disney are getting in the way of anything progressive or story-wise or something like that, they'll throw it out there knowing that the gullible lemmings on social media, not saying that you're a gullible lemming, I'm just saying just in general, people on social media will pick up with it and run with it, even though it's completely not true.
Well, the simple question is, where'd you hear it from?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, if it didn't come out of Ryan Reynolds is a very vocal person when it comes to a lot of that stuff. If he didn't say it, if it didn't come out of his mouth, I didn't believe shit.
Right. I wouldn't believe it at all. Well, what's up to King Takeem in the chat? What's up to Amarak is here. What's up to you both? Thank you for joining us.
Let's also not forget the very first teaser trailer that we saw for Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds looked right at the camera and said, "Pegging is not new for me, but it is for Disney." You really think Disney's going to let him say that in the trailer, then all of a sudden have a problem with what he's going to do with Deadpool? Come on now. Disney is not allergic to money. They like money, and Ryan Reynolds is money.
And didn't he also name drop Feige in a trailer? Like about cocaine or something like that?
I'm saying, dude, they're on board with his vision and what he's gonna do for Deadpool. So
yeah, like come on.
All the again, like I said, that's why I asked, where did you hear that? Because I ain't like I said, like Dido said, Ryan Reynolds will speak his mind if there's an issue. And it looks like right now he and Feige are on the same page. So
1000%. And let's not act like people don't have agendas, like I said, out there, and they want to push an anti-DC Disney narrative. Similarly to the show that we're getting ready to talk about in a few minutes, The Acolyte. We'll get into that a little bit later. But first, let's do some fun stuff. I saw this on. I wanted to share this with you guys. I'm pretty sure you probably haven't seen it because I didn't share it anywhere else. But I saw this on social media, and I thought you guys would get a kick at it. So take a look at this.
Oh hell no!
This is from Boss Logic.
He said, "Oh hell no!"
This is from Boss Logic. It just says the Lali Lule Low is so hot right now. It's totally a Zoolander riff for a Metal Gear Solid. So I thought it was hilarious when I saw it. And I just wanted to share it with y'all. I really did.
Also, thank you, Marcus864, for 41 months in a row.
Yes, thank you, sir, for the follow. Appreciate that. Yeah, but no, that Boss Logic puts out some really dope posts.
Wolverine is what do they call that? Doubling down. He said he is not happy about the movie.
Post a link.
Okay.
Post a link to
Post a
whatever.
link. Show me where.
Yeah.
Post
a link.
I want to know
story.
what you're saying, because like if you hearsaying, man, stop that hearsaying.
Stop hearsay. Yeah, stop the hearsay. I mean, and never mind the fact that he is on a complete media hype train for Deadpool and Wolverine. They just dropped that Wolverine and Deadpool popcorn bucket like just last week, and you're saying now he's unhappy? Like, come on, man. Really?
You go to his, I'm telling you, Ryan Reynolds is vocal as shit. You go to his Twitter. If you see anything on his Twitter about it.
Hold on a second. Wolverine Solid X, I know you're probably going to try and post a link in the chat. It's not going to let you. So if you wouldn't mind, maybe DM that to one of us and we'll throw it up, and then we can talk about it. Appreciate that. Maybe on Facebook or something like that, or send it to one of us in a text, and then we'll put it up. Anyway, go ahead and continue. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I was done. Basically just saying that I think he would have said something, because Ryan Reynolds, when you knew about Deadpool, him wanting to do Deadpool all that time ago, he was, I want to do Deadpool. I'm Deadpool. I didn't get it done the first time. They put me in there. It was a piece of shit. And I need to do it, properly. This guy, he's not somebody that's just gonna, I'm sorry. And it'll come out of his mouth. You'll hear it. Especially if you go to his Twitter. You go to his Twitter, you can be like, oh yeah. If he ain't saying shit about it on his Twitter, I just went to his Twitter. He ain't doing nothing but promoting the movie.
Yeah.
All right, it says he's gonna send it to me, so I'll keep an eye out for that.
Okay. Cool. All right. So on another note, a couple of trailers dropped. I don't know if you guys want to play them. I don't know if you guys got to see the Alien Romulus trailer, or a movie that trailer just dropped is Dave Bautista's new movie, The Killer's Game. That looks extremely interesting. I'm super interested in looking at it. Did you guys get to see it? Did you want to run through it and do a quick little synopsis of it, or not a synopsis, but reaction to it?
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
All right.
I haven't seen Romulus yet.
You haven't seen Romulus? Yeah, let's start with the Alien Romulus trailers, because I think that was a fantastic
sound issues on Twitch, according to Takeem.
Sound issues for
y'all sound like sound waves. See, that is happening again, yeah.
Okay. Let me.
I had to go out and close it and then relaunch it.
Well, let me check the resources too. Might be something also.
Oh, you didn't close all your browser windows?
Something like that.
I have 1 million open.
All right, so
we got it. It's good now.
What's up?
Brian Cannon is in the chat. What's up? And, it's been a minute.
Steven Sanchez, how you doing?
Okay. Good to see everybody. Everybody. All right. So
the team said it's good now.
Okay, so let's take a look at the Romulus trailer. Here it is.
Is this really where you want to spend the rest of your life?
You know I don't.
Then this is our only ticket out of here.
That's new.
Yeah, that is very new.
What's happening?
There's something in the water.
What do you mean there's something in the water?
I don't know, there's just something in the fucking water.
No, stop!
hunting us.
Open the door, come on.
Run.
Or the whole in space, no one can hear you scream thing.
Are you sure you want to do this?
No, man. Like, look, that
was
might
good.
be that looks incredible. Now, before we watch the other trailer, I do want to say we have been fooled by trailers before.
Yeah.
You've been fooled by trailers a million times.
That Prometheus got me.
Oh no, Prometheus.
There you
Again,
go.
Prometheus had a nice trailer, but like within
Yeah.
5 minutes, you could tell that it was gonna be the usual dumb movie science.
It was trying to be more cerebral because, like, if you go back and remember the beginning of Alien, it had that kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
And Alien had that entire feel up until the freaking alien popped out. Then it changed. And they were trying to, I think they were trying to recreate that in Prometheus.
And it looks like this is the answer to that, in where it seems to execute it better. Like, this seems to be a straight up, it's a singular alien, and they're stalking like a crew of people on a derelict vessel. Everything about it just screams classic Alien. Is it a little bit of a retread? Do you
It's
guys
a retread.
feel maybe?
It's definitely a retread.
Because I wanted to know, is like the halls and all that stuff, even on their spaceship, it was reminding me of was it LV-427? Is that it?
Yeah, that's right.
That's what it's like. Is this supposed to be a prequel of the people
going to the planet?
Yeah, going there, but I don't think so.
No,
that's what I thought at first when I first saw it. I was just like, maybe is that what they're trying to do? But
yeah, so we got some good comments in the chat. Q's in the chat. He says that trailer is fire though, like the director a lot. What has this guy done? What has Fede Alvarez done besides this? Did he do Scream? Is that what he did?
I don't know.
Can someone look that up and see what Fede Alvarez did? Also, to Keem in the comment, he says it's weird how an Aliens movie has to be a movie about the Xenos, while a Predator movie has to be an action movie that has the plot hijacked by a Yautja.
I don't know.
That's fair. That's fair. Also to that link for Wolverine, I did get it. It's a Mike Zero video. Zero. He started off as a pretty straightforward YouTuber, then he's become a half anti-Disney YouTuber. So
watching them
again,
anti-Disney guys
again. Well, that not only that, his video doesn't have a source. So you go to his video.
You can dismiss that. Yep.
It's Ryan Reynolds is still in a fight with Disney about it's like, dude, the film is done. The movie is done. It comes out next month. Like, the only thing they're doing now is wrapping up post-production, any effects. That's it. There's nothing to reshoot. There's nothing. The movie's done. Comes out next month.
All right, Ken, to your he did Fetty. He did Don't Breathe. Evil Dead 2013.
Okay, yeah. Q actually put that in there too. He says, Evil Dead remake. Don't Breathe. Okay, nice.
And
he did Minority Games.
Talk to Minority. Hey, Minority.
He did that recent Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
The 2022 Texas Chainsaw Massacre. See, I'm not a big horror buff, so I don't really watch a lot of his movies. Q and probably you are probably more.
I watch a lot of them.
More versed on what he's done. But based on the trailer and what I saw and the vibe it's giving off, this looks like a must see in the theater. All right, so let's move on to the next one that I wanted us to check out. It's called The Killer's Game. It is Dave Bautista's next new movie.
How did you end up here?
Work.
What do you do?
Retirement planning.
Retirement planning.
You should smile more often. It suits you.
There's only two ways out of the killer's game, Joseph. You walk away clean, or you go out on your back.
Joe, are you okay?
I'm afraid I've got some bad news, Joe. It's terminal.
How long do I have?
Best case, 3 months.
I don't want Maisie to see me go out like that.
What brings you to my door?
I need a contract executed.
Who do you want retired?
Me.
I've thought about doing this for years. You killed my father. This way, I kill you and get paid.
$2 million for Joe Flood. Daddy's got to go to work.
Gets me wet.
Whatever turns you on.
Oh, Flood, thank God. There's been a mistake. They switched your scan with another patient. You're not gonna die, but you might want to get your eyes checked.
You might want to get your eyes
I'm
checked.
canceling the contract.
You think this changes anything? I'm calling in every hitter in Europe, you hear me?
Yeah, well, you tell them to pack light. Because they won't fucking be staying long.
What is going on, Joe?
Maisie, I'm a hitman.
What? You kill people?
That's an assassin.
Is that a True Lies reference?
Some
Sort
Kinda.
of. I mean, yeah,
Sort
like
of.
roundabout kind
That's
of way.
just disrespectful.
Here's the thing, though. Thought he was done with these types of movies. Thought he wanted to be a serious actor.
him?
I hope so. Ain't no money worth this shit.
Hell, he needed some money. Worth that shit.
Hate the game. I got you.
Again, looks very fun. Definitely worth seeing.
It does.
Have you had your eyes checked?
100%.
Yeah. Like I said, they got most of my favorite hitters as far as action
Yeah.
people in this film. So that in and of itself makes it worth seeing. For
And then
me.
Yeah.
just a FYI, I heard or I saw that Drew Gallows, if you don't know, that's Drew McIntyre from the WWE's in this movie as well.
Okay.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, he was the dude wearing the plaid shirt and that real
Mhm.
quick blink.
Yeah.
And you miss it.
Yep.
Line up.
Now, I saw this trailer before we did pre-show, and
Mhm.
just watching it again, I couldn't help but feel that maybe it might have been this trailer. Maybe might have been 15 seconds too long. Like they showed a little bit too much of the action, in my opinion.
Mhm.
I felt like they showed the basis of the plot. They could have showed a few more action shots and been right. That's just how I feel. What do you guys?
To me, it felt like a somewhat sort of between the new way of doing trailers and back in the 70s, 80s, where they're just showing random action. So yeah, they showed the action, but they didn't put any real big context into the action. You get the plot of the movie, and then you got some random action scenes. And personally, that's kind of how I like it. But I wish they would just not really put too much plot. I just want the random action scenes. In a world, there's a dude kills dudes. You know, something like that. I don't know.
Minority was funny. He said, "Damn, how y'all get Charles Barkley in here?" I know he's talking about you, Simon says.
Wow.
Gotta be, man.
That's funny.
Yep. I don't know.
Man.
Did you end up
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
The trailer could have probably been a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
Only in the sense of I didn't need them to tell me the twist.
Right.
Kind of the twist. Like, you
The
know,
twist
his
about
he was
mistaken
misdiagnosed.
diagnosis. Yeah.
Like that would have been something I would have saved for the film. You know, be like, you know, but it just have him say like, hold on, something's come up. I want to cancel the contract. Then she goes into that outright. It's on. You know, I want you dead. Blah blah blah. They didn't need to tell us why he wanted to cancel. Just play up the love interest thing. You know, just
Man, it's terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
You just gonna buy
Yeah, we gonna
sell
might
out
as
for the
well.
whole thing, huh?
Might as
Sell out.
well.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
but no.
I for me it was like it kind be honest with you. I mean, this did say it was done by the same people that did John Wick, so it was just like a damn John Wick trailer. So I mean, they went full tilt on that one.
Yeah.
So
No, they did.
I mean, yeah. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean,
Yeah. No, I think it's. I think it's. Again, I think it was. I think it was really, really good. Marcus says for Barkley got to do something inside that that inside the NBA money about to run out 100%. Yeah,
Oh
he
goodness.
got to do something.
I'm still doing the subway. So hey,
Hannah Omega's asking over on YouTube, did anybody watch the Continental TV show? I still have not checked it out.
yeah,
I watched.
same.
Surprisingly, it was on USA. It came on USA
Yeah,
uncut.
I heard about that.
Only thing they cut was breasts. Other
Right.
than that, all the violence was there, all the swearing and language was there. I was shocked.
Mhm.
It just came on one night. I'm like, that was random. But
Mm.
yeah, Continental show was good. I enjoyed. It was only 3 episodes, but whatever. I did enjoy the miniseries.
What time did it come on? That's the question. You said it came on at night.
Yeah,
Like
this came
late-
on
late
like
night?
this came on like this was I want to say this might have been February when they did it, but they was running like they love to do, Law and Order SVU marathon, and then all of a sudden randomly Continental comes on after an episode of SVU. So you're thinking like, because I'm over here working, and for those that don't know, my TV is on the other side of my computer screen, so sometimes I'm not really looking right at the screen or paying direct attention. So all of a sudden I'm like, well, where's the intro? I'm thinking like, okay, this criminal justice system, blah blah blah, and then they just go into and then it's a couple F-bombs get dropped. I'm like, Law and Order getting run. So I get up and look, and I'm like, hit the little button. This is the Continental on USA. Wow. Okay, they going full on. They like, look, we're using this cable license the way it's supposed to be used. I'm like, all right. So
yeah, I have noticed that a lot. Like a lot of cable shows are starting to loosen some of the restrictions on profanity and maybe some of the other content that they have.
Yeah.
Which honestly I think is.
I mean, dude, USA ran John Wick uncut. Like they've
Wow.
run different stuff.
If you remember back in the days, Comedy Central did that. I think South Park, they did it with that. That was the first time you heard it, where they ran the movie of South Park completely uncut. Like, so it's I guess they're getting around to people stop being so freaking like squeamish over some words.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
they have ratings for a reason. So I mean, it's like, look, if it's got a rating and your kid happens to watch it, that's on you. That has nothing to do with the channel. Has nothing. It's like, look, they let everybody know right off rip. Contains XYZ. If you ain't good with it, switch the channel, turn it off. If your kid watches it, that's on you. It has nothing to do with the station. Oh, not this one.
Yep, I forgot. This is the other trailer that dropped earlier this week. Venom: The Last Dance.
They come in threes with the Sony now.
Really dark, an unpredictable side to me. Stop speaking. I'm giving you a chance, sweetie.
Say when.
When? What are you? We are.
We're Venom!
We are.
Venom!
No. Yeah, we are. Venom. We're gonna need to work on that.
Yes! You take me to all the finest places.
I need time off.
We always knew it was impossible. That we were alone in the universe.
They're Immortals variant,
And it's our job to make sure that remains a secret.
but he's not a sorcerer.
Let's go get him.
Man is like, look, I gotta work.
They're Immortals.
There's no magic in that universe.
Right. It's like, I don't care what character you call me, just give me a paycheck.
On the ground.
Right.
In the shit.
We are living the dream, my friend.
You mean it?
No! Any promises, chance?
Well,
There has to be a reason.
I'll wait.
Hey, the lizard was there too. I just saw Reese Fence. So Kirk Connors is a hippie in this one too.
Mm.
Has found us.
So are they trying to do the God symbiote, or is this something
Yeah.
different?
There's an army coming that
I don't
cannot
know.
be beaten.
They're doing, what is it, Null?
Everyone, everything will end. We may not make it out of this alive, buddy. Eddie, the time has come. Be honest with me. How fast do you think you can get that thing to go without killing it? Only one way to find out.
Man.
I don't care anymore. I'm
Okay.
already
Okay. We know the movie is gonna be stupid. We know it's gonna be stupid. I saw people in the trailer like Minority Games was asking in the comments like, was the second movie good? No, the second movie wasn't good at all.
No, it was
It
not.
completely wasted Carnage. Like, first of all, how do you have a Carnage film and not have that bitch be rated R? That's number one.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
How do you do that?
Yeah.
And they made Cletus Cassidy a complete joke. Shit, man. I mean, there's barely anything redeeming about the Venom franchise, but they're just stupid fun. I know hardcore Venom fans probably really hate what Sony's done. They wasted Venom as a character because and you guys tell me if you feel this.
Mhm.
When they establish a character in live action in its first iteration, does it not have a chance to establish that for people that are casuals that may not know the real character, so that any laziness or any liberties taken kind of get set as a expectation moving forward? Like, how do you redeem something like this Venom franchise moving forward, even if like as a standalone? Because there's a lot of Venom lore out there that has been pretty respectable, but the way Sony's doing it now, it's hard to imagine that they'll ever get another shot with Venom as a standalone character. What do you guys say? Knick Knack Paddywhack, what's up, guy? How you doing?
I mean, I go to the movies to be entertained. It's probably going to be, a stupid, turn your brain off, entertaining, movie. If you're trying to do so much where you're comparing it to the comic books, I think we've said it so many times, just stop it. Like, if you don't want to be entertained by movies, you can't turn your brain off by realism. And answered Takeem's question, how do you bite a head off with no blood? Lightsaber teeth. I don't know.
I like it. Lightsaber.
I mean, who cares? I don't care. I mean, if the movie's stupid to you, then it's stupid to you. If it's entertaining, then it's entertaining. Most movies I go for escape. I'm not trying for it to be real. It does not have to be real. I don't need. If you want a realistic movie, go watch a documentary or some kind of Lifetime story or some shit. I don't know. Movies are mean to be taken. Out of I don't know. I just don't.
Their escapism.
Exactly. I mean, Venom was not. It should have been Venom movies by themselves, in my honest opinion. No, because it's a Spider-Man villain. Yeah, he does become an anti-hero, from my understanding in the comic books. They could have done something of the sort to make it, but I don't know. I just enough people want to go see it to keep making them. I'll go see it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Is like you got to remember the first one made $800 million without Spider-Man at all. True. And so it established that you could do something with the character. The problem is they picked basically one of his better villains, better parts for the second movie, but knowing full well they were not going to go hard R with it because Carnage is a serial killer. Let's just be real. Carnage kills people because he can. And there's only so much you can do in PG-13, and Carnage ain't one of the things.
No.
So there's a lot they could have done with Venom. I personally didn't like the second one as much, not just because of the Carnage thing, but because of the fact that they turned Venom into like a straight up joke character.
Yeah, it was kind of a joke, and I agree with you. It was not as good as the first one.
Yeah, it went way overboard with the trying to make him funny, and it's just like you don't have to do that. I like the tone you had in the first one was good. He's, Eddie's scared, shitless of like, okay, this alien is basically taking over me. He's cannibalizing me from the insides. But at the same time, I'm getting some good actual, benefit of this symbiotic relationship. That was cool. Then you get to the second one, it just becomes like just straight like, okay, we're just going to go off the rails completely. Like just complete tonal shift. And it was just like, okay, this ain't really all that. This one, I'll go see it because I want to see it. Just want to see what they do, how they wrap up the story, whatever they're going to do. I'm not excited about it. That's probably the easiest way for me to.
There you go.
I'm not
there you
excited
go.
to see this. I will go see it.
Right.
I'm just not hyped to see it. Like, okay, well, it's all right. It exists. I'll check it out.
There you go. For the record, before you go, Simon. For the record, Venom 1 made 800 million. Venom 2 made only 500 million worldwide.
I mean, that's just 500 million. I don't have. I would gladly take $500 million.
I would too.
But
hard pass. I'm not going to watch it. I did not watch Let There Be Carnage. I saw the first one. It was an outlier. I would say it didn't like blew my expectations. It's just like, here's a symbiote. Here's a guy who screwed something up. He got caught up in, what they were trying to do with the symbiotes and try to make establishments to their planet. I think this is probably where the first one might be coming together with the third one. I don't know because what was that? I'm trying to remember the last guy who
Riot.
who got Riot. Yeah, I don't know. They send a signal out to Clintar or whatnot. So, but no, I'm not. I wasn't going to either acknowledge this movie and make it to where it's like even Madame Web. I will pass on it. I
still haven't seen it.
I'm gonna
it's
watch
on Netflix. It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix now. I'm gonna watch it because I didn't go to the theater to watch it. There's some movies like you say I watch it for the once. Like I saw the second Venom once. I don't need to see it again because there was nothing there to bring back. The first Venom I will watch again, but the second one I won't. But like for me, almost all movies get at least one viewing because I'm just. I like watching movies, so
I did actually watch Venom, the first one again when it came out on. Did it came out on Netflix? I'm not sure, but I watched it again.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I unfortunately did watch Morbius, and
I don't need to see that again either.
I will live to regret that. My children's children will hate me now.
The only regret I got is because I don't know if it was me going to the theater to see that. I caught COVID not too long after that. So it could have been in the theater.
No, it was probably you went to go see it.
It was nobody in the theater though. It was before the Dearborn AMC closed, and there was probably like 3 people in the theater.
No, the movie gave you COVID.
The movie gave you COVID.
That's funny. We all know that Sony is doing a lot of these to establish. To essentially keep the Spider-Man movie rights.
That's basically what it is.
But honestly, they seemingly are starting with, in my opinion, all of the wrong characters. The only character I think that could establish a very successful solo film franchise is Black Cat. I literally think Black Cat is the only one.
I agree.
And that's only, especially if you base it off of her current comic book runs that she's had, where she's all about the heists. She does crazy heists. She's like a femme fatale. She goes in disguise and seduces people to get what she wants. She has a crack team that works with her as well to pull off some of these crazy heists. And she's also run afoul of the Thieves Guild, the same Thieves Guild that Gambit belongs to.
Okay,
so,
here's the problem with that. You basically just described Catwoman.
I understand, but even look at Catwoman in live action depiction has not been good. Black Cat can break that trend and be Black Cat.
But listen to what you're describing. You're describing
I know.
Black Cat without the main person that she's attached to. Just like Catwoman had Halle Berry as Catwoman with no Batman. So basically, you're trying to redo Catwoman with Black Cat.
I do think, just based off of what I've read reading her solo books, I think Felicia as a standalone character, especially after she got her team, given her history with her father being the legendary Black Cat, kind of thinking he's dead and all this other kind of stuff. I think there is a compelling thing there. And also people in the chat are saying that if you get Sydney Sweeney, who is the Hollywood hot girl, and have her be Black Cat, it would be a wrap.
Yeah, as long as you get another studio to do it.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I hear you. So Sony's gonna fuck it up. Yeah.
Y'all are gonna hate me. Y'all gonna hate me, but I'm gonna still say they can do Craven, but not this Craven. Not this Craven right now. They can do a decent Craven with a compelling story. I can come up with a better story than this.
I think the problem with Craven, when they made the announcement, they had the Craven from the Spider-Man game who's like perfect. The Spider-Man game Craven is like the big beast of a man, and it's like and again you got Aaron Taylor Johnson who
he's not small, but he's not big.
Yeah, Craven.
No, he's not.
Craven from the video game was intimidating. Like you
Yes.
you literally would look across the room like, I ain't messing with him. Even beyond the serum and all the craziness he had, I ain't messing with him.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like, you don't mess with this guy.
Yeah,
I'm not afraid of Aaron Taylor Johnson Craven. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Recast Craven
doesn't
with
do
another dude. With another dude.
Oh no, it's too late. Wait,
I know it's too late.
Isn't that movie supposed to come out sometime this year?
No, they pushed it back. They pushed it back. They pushed it back again. So yeah, they pushed it back.
That's so weird that they pushed that back and then all of a sudden Venom's coming out.
Hey,
because I don't even remember them announcing that Venom 3 was even being worked on.
I didn't either. That was the first time I ever seen
agree.
the trailer.
I agree. I agree. I agree. Anyway, that's enough about movie trailers. Oh, you know what? For fun, for shits and giggles, of the 3 trailers that we watched, guys, put them in order for ranking of excitement that you want to go and see.
Killer's Game.
Killer's Game is 1 for you. What about Alien? Alien 2? I'm assuming.
Again, Ridley Scott lost my respect after Prometheus. He's not directing this one, but I will eventually go see the movie. Again, Alien for me is fun, but it's very one note.
So for your top 3, you would say Killer's Game, Killer's Game, Killer's Game. You're not even putting the other on the list. Okay,
yeah, pretty much.
Gotcha. Dido, what about
I will end up seeing them, but you know.
Okay, what about you, Dido? What do you?
I mean, it's kind of hard to say because like the trailer of that Alien movie made it look like they're trying to bring back, but how do I put this? Alien and Aliens, 2 different kind of movies. The second movie, I'm just gonna say it that way, Aliens, it was kind of like horror action, where this one seems like it's trying to be straight up horror. Like it's just supposed to be a horror movie, and I do like horror movies. And I also like action movies, so Killer's Game is something that I would like to see as well. I'm gonna have to force myself to get back into that movies to start, going again.
Hey, we'll go.
Yeah, but so it's kind of difficult to like Venom.
No, I like it.
Needed it off to the sideline.
Yeah. Because I'll watch it, but I just like everybody else said, I'm not hyped about it. I wasn't really hyped about any of the Venom movies. In fact, I'm not hyped about any of Sony's takes on any of the comic book stuff because they don't want to pull. I mean, all they got to do is just take. They don't even have to adapt it 100% because nothing gets adapted 100%. But just pull something from the fucking comic. Like how hard is it to do that?
They're like 90s era DC. They're 90s era Warner Brothers making Steel with Shaquille O'Neal.
Just a little bit pull from the comics.
They pull in comic book names. That's all they pull.
That's it. That's it.
Oh, looks cool. They got a wall of like Spider-Man villains on the wall, and they just like doing this and throwing darts at it. Just throwing darts.
Essentially, right? They say, "Hey, that character looks cool. Don't pull anything from the comic book. Just Just give me that poster. Just
I
give me
don't
that
need to
why-
know
why-
about
poster.
his
Watch,
origin. I
watch,
don't
we'll have
need
a
to know about anything.
Consider
Right.
we're gonna have a Tombstone movie next.
Yo, don't put it past them. Don't put it past them. They do it.
Oh my goodness.
Complete with the Daily Bugle and Robbie Robertson too. I bet you. I bet you. Anyway, give me your 3 Daddy Greens pizza. What'd you rank?
I'd say, of course, Killer's Game. I will.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll put that number 1. Of
Okay.
course, Aliens, and then Aliens.
Okay. I'm a little
Well,
surprised. I'm a little surprised. Everybody put Killer Game first for the most part, I think.
Yeah.
For me, I'm probably a little more excited for Aliens than Killer's Game, even though I would say maybe 1A, 1B, like they're that close. And Venom is like, okay, yeah, I'll watch it if the guys are going to watch it. Can we make sure we go to Imagine and get some libations so we can drink, so we can be nice and inebriated while we watch that film?
Straight up drunk as hell watching this movie, huh?
Yeah.
Hannah Omega talking about doing werewolf. No, what are you saying? J. Jonah Jameson movie with his son?
Remember when
werewolf?
JJ's son flew to the movie and became a werewolf man wolf? Yes. The man wolf.
Hey, Hannah Omega.
And they'll do that.
Pitch the movie.
They'll do that.
One.
I bet you they'll do a man wolf movie. I bet you they would.
Probably would.
With J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson.
The thing is, though, they used Jameson's son to do a lot of stuff in Spider-Man. Like they had him in the cartoon. He was the reason that Venom even got to Planet Earth in the cartoon.
Yep.
The comic. Here's the funny thing: in the comic book, he was dating Jennifer Walters.
Oh
yes, he was
dating. What are you saying,
Dido?
Dido?
Real quick, maybe Sony's doing this on purpose. They didn't think that the first Venom was going to take off. Maybe they want to be bought by Disney, so they're trying to pull out all this shit to tank the fucking movies, so like all their stock could go down, and then Disney will buy them up. Maybe they're doing it on purpose.
I don't know, because they just put like some ridiculous $20 billion deal to try and buy Paramount, which has fallen through, by the way. Paramount is being bought by Skydance Media. They're merging together, so. But Paramount will still stay on.
Tom Cruise Skydance?
Yeah, I think that's the same one.
Wow, that's a crazy flip, because most of his movies were from Paramount. Now he was just like, look, appreciate the $20 million a movie. Well, actually, probably way more than that now. But he just turned around and like, yeah, I'm going to buy y'all now.
Yeah, Skydance Media, which made all of the Mission Impossible movies, I think, mostly, right?
Every Tom Cruise movie you can think of. At least
Top Gun.
Mission Impossible.
Not
Top Gun. Top Gun was before. Tom was big, but he wasn't 20 million a movie big. And when he did the first Top Gun, he did the second one with his company though.
And I think Skydance also did the J.J. Abrams Star Trek films, at least the first 2. At least the first 2, maybe even all 3 with J.J. Abrams' Bad Robot. But yeah, they're merging with Paramount and are going to be the controlling partners of it now, which is like you said, that's a wild flip. That's a wild flip. All right, guys, let's get to what we came here to talk about, which was the Acolyte. If you guys have watched the first 2 episodes, they're out on Disney Plus right now. If you haven't watched them yet,
too damn bad.
Damn, man. Just anyway, I would encourage you, if you guys want to watch it with us, we're watching them live every Tuesday in our Discord channel. So do !Discord, and you'll get the Discord invite to join the server. If you don't get it, I will pass it to you in the chat. But we watched the first 2 episodes last night. I know Dido was lamenting about them being 30 minutes long each again.
It was a little bit over 30. I think it was more like 40.
But it didn't feel like it, right? It didn't feel like it was 30 minutes long. They felt
40.
Pretty good. They felt pretty good. So
Fallen going to sleep already. All right.
Oh wow.
Oh, he's leaving because he didn't watch it.
He didn't watch it yet. Now again, we're not saying we're going to spoil everything. We're going to kind of try and talk around it as much as we can. We're going to talk about the tone, not necessarily plot points.
I mean, it's not really much to spoil if you think about it. If you know anything about it, it's a murder mystery.
Yes, and
we don't know who killed anything. Well, we do, but
yeah, we do. But
we don't know who's behind the killing.
We don't know the motivations. And I guess the good thing about a good murder mystery is always that they leave you asking questions. And even after the first 2 episodes, I'm asking questions, right? The first episode left me asking a question. I was honestly thinking that we were going to be dealing with multiple personalities at one point, but then
So did I.
logistically we figured out that was going to be impossible. But I still like the tone of the series and the way they're doing it. A murder mystery in Star Wars. We haven't seen anything like this mysterious wise since I would probably say episode 2, when Obi-Wan was kind of doing his own Batman detective work and trying to figure out where that dart from Camino came from, and unraveling the whole clone army plot. We haven't seen any kind of investigative stuff in Star Wars since then. So I do like that aspect of it. What did you guys think of the first 2 episodes, and what was your takeaway? Dido GQ.
I liked it. I like both of them. I like that the setting is not in the Skywalker family, even though I still want to see Yoda because he's around. I don't need to see him. I like to see him. I'm not going to be disappointed if you don't see him or not. Doesn't really matter. I'm on a tangent about that. But I like the story so far. I do think that just not being in that time frame gives him the ability to do so much more. And just, I look forward to seeing that stuff because like there's so much lore that can be talked about, made up, moved along, and nobody can be like, well, they didn't do it like this and they didn't do it. I mean, people are going to try,
right?
But I personally don't care. But yeah, I kind of liked it. I really want to know who this bad guy is, what he has intel, what like the beginnings to certain factions is going to be. I like them showing that the Jedi seem not to be perfect because we already know they're not perfect, but they're having doubts in some of the decisions that they've done. I look forward to seeing it every week to see how the story progress. I thought they did a pretty good job so far.
Yeah, I agree. GQ, your thoughts?
To touch on Minority's question, Darth Talon is a thick Sith. Look her up if you're not familiar with her. As far as Hand of Omega, he's worried about the classic Jedi robes. You got to remember, wearing all white and on set is annoying because you got to constantly clean it, and you got to constantly have constantly have like the quote unquote hero outfit to have them put on in basically every single take because it's supposed to be white. So yeah, I understand why they would have kind of ditched the white robes and went with just the golden, gold and white, but then with the brown robes that we're all familiar with. The other thing is the series itself is just off to a regular start like any other story. We're meeting new characters. We're being thrown in the middle of something that's already ongoing. So it's like Dido said, it's a murder mystery, which is fine. I like the fact that, like he said, it's not tied to anything that we know. So all of the thoughts of it should be like this, it should be like that, just throw those out the window. It's going to be whatever it is going to be with how they present the story, because this isn't tied to anything that we have ever seen in any of the other movies yet. The only thing that's familiar is lightsabers, Jedi, and so far a Sith potentially. I don't know if that's what he's supposed to be or not, or that other character is supposed to be. And I'm looking forward to a Wookiee Jedi, so that's going to be fun.
Yes, that's
Wookiee Jedi for the first time in live action, so that'll be fun. Again, it is what it is. It's Disney didn't ruin Star Wars. Star Wars is just Star Wars. Star Wars has never been this exceptionally polished, great, amazing saga that everybody holds it up to be. It has a lot of rough edges and a lot of cool stuff in the midst of those rough edges, and a lot of diamonds in the middle of all those rough edges. Star Wars is, if you really, really are honest with yourself, Star Wars has got Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, Han Solo, Boba Fett, if you really want to go that hard and say that this character that basically didn't do anything in the original movies is such a badass.
Yeah, his legend is better than him.
Yeah, exactly. His legend is way better than him. and that's kind of it. Like, you have a couple of key characters that are legendary and awesome and iconic.
Mhm.
The rest of it is your imagination running wild, making it out way better than it actually is.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I'm fine with what they're doing, because they're doing more than the same 6 characters that we've seen for our entire
Yes.
adult lives and,
Yes.
and childhood and everything else. So
And like Dido said, I really appreciate that they are in the High Republic era. This is the first live action production of anything in the High Republic era, which admittedly a lot of people probably deride it for being a Disney creation, to get away from having to do the legacy or the New Republic era stuff that they probably was probably a little bit too murky for them to do. I think the High Republic era is a untouched playground, a sandbox that they can have some familiarity with it, because it does have 2 characters in there that Star Wars fans are familiar with, Yoda and Yaddle. They'd be the only 2 that are still around. Everything else is a clean slate, and I think that's great. I think that's great for them to touch with. Simon says, what were your thoughts on the first 2 episodes, other than what these other 2 gentlemen said?
Well, I am excited. They finally have a different color lightsaber. I'm excited about that.
The
That was
yellow,
like a
yeah. lightsaber.
I am excited about that. Yeah,
Mhm.
but no,
Supposed to be have a new lightsaber showing up. Completely
Yeah.
new lightsaber showing up.
well, from what I heard, and of course, like in the I guess in the Old Republic, they didn't have it was based on the mood of the Jedi with the kyber crystals and whatnot. So that's what your would contribute to your blade. That's pretty much what they said about it. No, actually, I did it. I mean, I thought it was pretty cool. Like I think it was Hannah Omega was asking about, or was it about the martial arts styles? Yeah, there is a form. I forgot the name, but I know it's like I think it's called Tar Tarik Tarsa Kaya or something like
Oh,
that.
and
That's
that Teres Kasai.
Terraskasi.
Yeah, that's the
There's
style. Yeah.
Uh,
It was one of the forms in the I guess they're going back with the Old Republic style or whatnot, so that's pretty cool.
I mean, Solo is the first film to actually acknowledge that in live
Yep,
action.
because Kira was using it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but we didn't really technically see it until if you guys remember that animated series with Mace Windu, that was pretty dope. The
Yes.
animated one. That was sweet as hell. I ain't gonna lie.
The Gennady Tartakovsky one.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I thought that was dope. But no, back to that. Yeah, the murder mysteries. Basically, it's like it's not really like I guess you could say it's a who done it, but I was more likely say who's behind it. We could say.
Yes.
But
Yes.
I don't know if it's a
Yes.
rule of 2 or if it's like maybe the actual quote unquote Sith army or whatnot. So
Right.
that could be cool. That's
It-
behind
mhm.
it.
Mhm.
But we don't know yet. We're just mainly speculating. We were just talking about
Yeah.
it.
It
But again,
feels like it feels like the story has a lot of onions, like layers that they're peeling back, because as I was watching it, especially watching the second episode and how that whole thing played out, I have a feeling that this is going to paint certain characters in a really bad light, and given their alignment, their faction that they belong to, the 4 people in question that I'm talking about, the conspiracy that surrounds them all, and the way he was so quick to accept that out, other than basically confessing. I was like, yo, what does he want to hide? Like, this is deep, bro. Like, this is deep. If he's
willing to
willing
like
to do, if he's willing to go this route,
to
keep that under wraps, yo, that's some deep dark
that was
stuff, bro.
and again, if you remember what he said, that was more of guilt than just like he though it was kind of like he was I'm gonna say guilt. I think he was trying to repent, if you ask me.
Well,
for what he did.
repentance is just another shade of guilt anyway.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So, go ahead, GQ. What were you gonna say?
I don't know. Just looking back, thinking of the whole anti-Disney thing. It's just funny that people really, if you really think about it, most of people's favorite stuff about Star Wars is mainly fan fiction.
Yeah. Right?
It really,
Like-
really honestly is. Like most of the stuff they revere and hold to such high regard wasn't even written by Lucas. Most people always go back to the Thrawn trilogy and all this other stuff, and it's just like that's fan fiction.
Remember, Lucas fucked up Star Wars.
Yeah, he did. You know, according to a lot of
According
people,
to the
they're
fans,
like, oh,
he messed up. He messed up his own ideas and his own stuff. He messed it up. So
right. So to me,
Yo,
Star
wait!
Wars. What?
I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, I'm sorry. Steven Sanchez just said something in the chat. Had no idea that Master Torben was the Tommen Baratheon actor. Are you serious? Damn, he looks old as hell now. Tommen Baratheon. It's a Game of Thrones
from
reference.
Game of Thrones character.
If you haven't seen Game of Thrones, Tommen was infamously
the young one,
the young king.
Yeah,
who basically got macked on by a sexy as hell Marguerite Tyrell, played by damn, what the fuck is her name now? I can't even remember her name now.
I knew something was off.
But he ended up taking a long step off of a short.
I thought it was fucked up.
I remember
it was
the beard.
Dormer. Thank you, Hand of Omega.
His beard looked freaking fake as shit to me when I was watching that, though. So I don't think he looked old. I think they were trying to make him look old because he had like a scarred, fucked up eye and that beard.
So he committed suicide twice.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. So wait. Remember our previous discussion? So is he a straight white male actor?
No, we don't know. We don't know. And to your point, right? I'm glad we're talking about this anti-Disney aspect.
What do you mean we don't know? We know the character is a white male.
He's a white male, but we don't know he's straight. And again, like we talked about, seeing that once you go into the Jedi Order, you take a vow of celibacy anyway.
Not necessarily.
His sexual orientation is somewhat irrelevant.
No,
but
Ki-Adi-Mundi, like Hand of Omega said, Ki-Adi-Mundi is not celibate. Ki-Adi-Mundi actually has wives.
Kids. Well,
wives.
But he has permission though, because his race is kind of like endangered species.
No, his hall pass is probably some BS that he made up. He's wanting to get his freak on. He's like, look, y'all, the rest of y'all can be virgins. I ain't trying to.
Right.
I ain't trying to
do that. What's my man's name? He ended up hooking up with Ventress later on. He flip flop.
Quinlan
Boss.
Quinlan
Boss. Apparently, he's out banging.
Right.
Well,
Quinlan was like, look, man.
He was already kind of loosely Jedi anyway.
If you remember back in Clone Wars, Obi-Wan Kenobi was, I don't know if he was getting it on, but he definitely was with that one princess of Mandalore.
Oh, yeah,
exactly.
Queen or whatever.
Yeah, he had a thing for the Queen, for sure. Anyway, I want to show this to you guys. So
all right.
This is something that Megatron shared with me earlier. This is kind of what's out there on the social media sphere. It's a post from Wall Street Sliver on X, and it says the Acolyte new Star Wars summary. Yes, X/Twitter. One, the main character has two mothers. Hasn't been seen yet. Two, all the main characters are black or Asian or zero white men. Also untrue. Number three, in the first episode, the only speaking role for a white character was for prisoners. Also untrue. In episode 3, they plan to throw away all Star Wars canon and also start using pronouns. One reviewer who has seen the episode said it would destroy all remaining affection fans have for Star Wars. This came out 9 a.m. this morning. 9 a.m. this morning. These people are so deranged and triggered by their hatred for anything that is not white, not straight, that it makes discourse in talking about stuff like this nearly impossible. That's part of the reason why we do this podcast, so we can openly talk about stuff like this with you guys without all of that other nonsense that they be talking about, because we don't partake in any of this BS. The fandom menace is actively out here piling on hate on stuff. You had, what is that, Nerdrotic guy? The Nerdrotic was out there in the first episode. Something explodes and catches on fire in space, and he's like, fire in space, really? And I'm just like, dude, Star Wars has had explosions going back to the first freaking movie. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. It's nonsense. But these people, these
Can't
quote
enjoy
unquote
anything anymore.
fans, yeah, they just I
It's
don't
like
get
it's
it,
hard. It's hard
man.
to enjoy anything nowadays because of that. And it's just like, well, for decades it was always just white people in it. And now everybody else want to get in it. It's like, you know what? The
I mean, you
world
got
is not.
aliens.
The world is various. You have so many different types. You got so many of this guy. Everybody got different, levels of melanin and levels of everything. It's just like, can you just watch the freaking thing? And
Hen Omega's right. Plasma fire burns in space. You know, that stuff that the sun is made of. He's 100% right. So go ahead, Dado. I'm sorry.
I don't know. It's just that's one of the reasons why I watch what I want to watch, and then I enjoy, because like I said, I watch everything, and my complaint would never be about the actor. It would never be about it's about what I'm watching, how well is done, how well it's not done. Sometimes I enjoy watching bad fucking movies just because they're bad movies. Sometimes it's just they enjoy watching all of it. Sometimes you want a hot dog, and not all hot dogs are gourmet hot dogs. They don't have to be gourmet hot dogs. Sometimes I want a hamburger from fucking McDonald's. Sometimes I want to get a fucking big ass hamburger from somewhere else. It's just I don't know, dude. I just
yeah, man. And it brings up something else, right? And GQ can probably speak to this too. Like, part of the reason why we love this stuff and we nerd out about this stuff is to commiserate with like-minded people. If you spend all your time being miserable and nitpicking and finding things to complain about that you quote unquote say you don't enjoy, you're not going to be able to find other people that are positive or uplifting. You're literally just going to be miserable and angry at the world, which is what it seems like these folks are hell bent on being. Like, we all became friends, met GQ in high school. He was, showed me some of his senior pictures. The coolest photo he had was a picture of him and himself imitating Magneto from the cover of X-Men #1. It was one of the coolest things I ever seen. But we became fast friends because we had a similar interest and we love nerding about this stuff. I just don't understand. I don't understand the mindset of these people. I don't get it. Anyway. Clinton Picasso Andrews, hello. Steven Sanchez says, so Daphne Keene wasn't enough because she was in makeup or because she wasn't male. And the Vernestra actress is white too. Maybe they're mad because they were in makeup. Yes, they're mad because they're in makeup, but they're more mad because
she was green face. How dare you?
But it probably reminded them of She-Hulk, if we being honest. Number two, but the other thing that bothers them is that they're women. They're women given prominence. That's what bothers them. That bothers them.
Here's my thing. Let's be real. And this is obviously no disrespect to anybody that happens to be Caucasian in our audience, but the original Star Wars came out, Star Wars Episode 4, New Hope, whatever you want to call it, back in 1977. If you look back at that entire film, there is not one black person in that entire movie. The whole movie. James Earl Jones does not count because he's just a voice actor for that film. That entire film, not one black person in the whole movie. 3 years later, Lando Calrissian is the only black man in space. A couple other black characters in the background in Cloud City, but that's about it. I don't want to hear any complaints about white people being put under makeup, because guess what? Black people have been put under makeup in sci-fi forever. It took Geordi forever to be the first black person, and they still put the visor on him. So black people have been putting up with makeup, Klingon look, weird ass whatever for decades now. So exactly. So it's like I'm not even trying to hear, oh, well, in Star Wars, all the white people, it's like, nah, you had a white dude, Jedi.
I mean, Uhura didn't have to have makeup, so she was just a beautiful
right.
woman.
The only thing right. She had the little earpiece. That was it, which is cool. But just be real. For the longest time, if you were black in something, usually under some type of makeup, some type of whatever, just to do it for whatever reason. So, it's like, look, Star Wars has species and stuff all across the daggone gambit, all across the galaxy. That's their thing. If there's not a whole bunch of white people at the forefront, so what?
I don't understand why that's got anything to do with a fucking fantasy goddamn story anyway. Like, why is that even a topic of discussion? Why are we even talking about it?
Because they think they're the center of the universe.
Well,
everything revolves around.
Personally, I just want to watch the stuff, and I personally am so tired of hearing people complaining about stuff because a certain amount of people don't have enough melanin or have too much melanin, or it's just a farting sunscreen to protect you from the sun on parts of this planet where you need it.
Yeah,
naturally, that's it. And I'm so tired of it. Nope, didn't work. Nope, didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it. It's just like,
you okay? Like,
I'm trying to snap existence away.
Snap away half the population.
Oh, you're trying to do a Thanos snap. I got you, bro.
Something. Got you. I'm just
got you.
I just want to be able to watch this stuff and say, oh, this story was interesting. This story was cool. The story was not interesting. The story wasn't cool. Not, oh, this person was born in a certain part of this planet where they needed to have natural defenses from the giant burning ball of plasma in the sun, and that's an issue. I'm so tired. So tired. So tired.
Clinton Picasso is asking an interesting question, saying it's a great start to the series of trying to figure out why they're using the High Republic instead of the Old Republic. Me personally, I think because High Republic is the new thing that they've done most recently, so they're trying to stick with that. Old Republic, unfortunately, and again, Old Republic is awesome, but Old Republic has enough history where people are going to complain if you do anything slightly different than what's already been shown in the games and all that. So at least High Republic is new enough where it's just like, look, we can kind of do whatever we want because it's not connected to anything that you already know.
Yeah, there are a couple of books. There are a couple of books. I got a few comics on it, so they got some lore to like looking back on.
There's novels.
But it's
new, right?
Yeah, it's new.
Yeah. There's no high threshold for entry, right? You can literally just jump right in.
Jump right in.
Yeah. Like if you have a basic knowledge of Star Wars, you know who Jedi are, they have lightsaber, they jump to hyperspace. That's pretty much all you need to know. Everything else you can just get as you go along. Right?
It's a blank slate.
It's a blank slate. Exactly. It's a blank slate. We'd love to hear what other people are saying else out there about the show and other things. Because again, I know some people are probably going to say, for familiarity's sake, I don't know any of these characters. Like that's a bad thing, right?
I'm glad.
It's not bad.
Like
just let it play out. They're like complaining already about it, but it's only 2 episodes. Let it play out and just watch it for yourself and see what happens. If it's something that you don't like, then that's cool. But at least let it play out before you at least cast judgment on before it's even finished.
Oh no! You got to cast judgment on it 6 months before you see a single second of footage. On the trailer, you got to cast hate on it. Come on now. And to answer Clinton Andrews' question, it's all canonical. Yes, it is all canon. Everything in this show is canon that they're Steven Sanchez says, yep, as far as we know. As Steven Sanchez says, love the show so far. I'm just hoping they can stick the landing by the end. That's always the rub. That's always the trick, ain't it? Can they stick the landing by the end, right? And we'll be going week by week as we watch this show to figure out how the show is progressing. As the onions are kind of getting peeled back, learning motivations of characters and stuff like that. Again, talking about the action in the show, the martial arts aspect of it, a certain person getting the Drew Barrymore treatment, as GQ put it last night in the Discord. None of that seems to upset me very much. I do like the costuming. Speaking about some of the characters, right? So, one of the things that I was saying to the guys beforehand is in this show, what you're going to notice is a marked difference from how some of the higher ranking Jedi operate versus what we've seen in the fall of the Republic, the Rise of the Empire era. in that one of the characters, Yord, is a recently knighted Jedi Knight as of 2 years ago, has his own Padawan. But he still acts very inexperienced. He seems kind of jumpy, quick to follow the book, versus following on his instincts or his connection with the Force. And he's very quick to use that lightsaber for anything. Contrast that with some of the other masters that we seen in this show. The use of the lightsaber, as I was telling GQ before, when Obi-Wan said in A New Hope, the lightsaber is an elegant weapon from a more civilized age. In this show, you kind of feel that because the lightsaber is a true last resort. They're not pulling out until they absolutely have to. Otherwise, they're using the Force or they're using their hands, and that's it. Which I really like. I really enjoy that about it. Master Soul is great so far. I like, and I haven't seen a second of Squid Game. I know that's the guy from Squid Game. I still haven't seen it, but he's been great. He has been great. Yeah, he has been 100%. Let's see what else is in there. Hannah Omega saying, I'm saving all my hate for the new Transformers movie. The one that Chris Hemsworth is going to be, I guess, the new Duke, maybe. We'll see.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. But
I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'm looking forward to more of the Acolyte. It starts off fine. It's like, what more can you ask for? It's more Star Wars. I don't really care, what a lot of people think about Star Wars these days, because it's like you truly aren't showing that you understand the essence of what Star Wars is if you're complaining about every single little aspect of all the behind the scenes stuff, which is, again, back to your point about social media from earlier in the show. Maybe that's kind of where the problem is. Like, a lot of people, like, if something gets posted or if something is said, or if a director has this opinion, or if they, producer says this, it's like, I don't care about, none of that has any effect on the quality of the show for me. It really doesn't. Like, it's like the show is the show, regardless of whether if this person said that, they don't like bigots, or if they don't like this, or if, fans should, I don't care. I just want to watch the show. Once I see the show, I will judge the show based on its merits as a show.
Yes.
All the behind the scenes stuff and all the making it has no bearing on my enjoyment of the show. I don't care how the steak gets made. I just want a really good, tasty steak.
And it's funny that I also find it's funny. I've been watching this dude who's an actor, comedian, that watches videotapes every day. He has random tapes. And these tapes are sometimes original tapes from like the 80s and the 70s. People taped them and kept them and just did nothing with them. And he comes upon them. And you know how people were getting all like up in arms when they were putting disclaimers on certain things, saying this from a different time period, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah.
There was disclaimers on stuff. The freaking, it was The Godfather, right? And they were disclaimering left and right about don't, treat Italian Americans like this. Not all of them are like this. From the freaking 80s, they were putting, disclaimers and shit like this on here. And he said that basically how people nowadays, because of social media, they're immediate to fucking complain about stuff. But back then, they had to write letters. And everybody didn't see it. Only the people at the TV stations or people at the FCC or people blah, blah, blah saw those letters. And now it's like the same type of people, the same mentality there. It's just that they're putting their stuff on where everybody can see it, where it was only a select few people who could see it back then. So it is a social media thing. Social media is starting. It's just everybody stands on their soapbox and everybody is hearing it. And I'm tired of hearing people on their soapbox.
Look, I know we're broadcasting on social media, YouTube, Facebook, Kick, and whatever. But I really feel like social media was a mistake in a lot of ways. Like, yeah, you can have YouTube and everything, but I feel like social media has eroded the critical thinking skills of the vast majority of society.
I don't think it eroded. I think they've always been like that. It's just, again, we are seeing them where before those mouths were like, oh, there's a black person, blah, blah, blah. We just never saw it. Just
Mhm.
somebody at a studio, somebody at a freaking TV station got those letters, read them, tossed them up, threw them out. Where
Mhm.
everybody is seeing that shit now. I think it's always been like this. It's just now it's
amplified.
Yeah, it's amplified and everybody sees it. So you're right with the social media. I don't think social media is eroding it. It's just it's putting it in everybody's face.
Yeah.
Where before it just wasn't in everybody's face.
And I guess
All right.
that's true, right? Go ahead, man.
Quinn brings up, it feels weird watching a show about the Sith side as opposed to just the Jedi. I actually appreciate that it's finally something about the other side. We've seen the Jedi side for over 40 years.
Yes.
Like
we should be able to see the motivations of other sides, right?
Listen, Han says just turn it off. Han, we can't turn it off because of this show, this glorious show that we do, that we're trying to spread and put out to other people and get people to converse with us and talk with us. Unfortunately, we have to use social media to do this because I don't know if you guys are going word of mouth and letting other people know, but even if you did, where would you watch us? So we can't just turn it off. That's the part that's unfortunate. We always have to be in the know. We always have to know what's going on with the news. We always have to, I am picky on who I watch. I am picky on who I'm going to get information from. I'm just tired of hearing about it.
Yeah, I'm just tired of the overwhelming negativity. Like, to contrast that, I know GQ highlighted it earlier, but I thought Steven Sanchez had a great comment saying, is like, I like how they even have different Star Wars shows types now. They have espionage with Andor. They have the Skeleton Crew show should be a more kid-directed one, which I think that is supposed to be like a live-action kids, directed movie or basically made for children because it's going to be mostly children actors. A mystery show with Acolyte, and then Mandalorian and Ahsoka for everyone else. That's like, we want classic Star Wars. It's such a great time. It's such a great time for Star Wars, which is exactly what the majority of us should be feeling. We're getting so much great Star Wars content, and you've got a certain subsection of the fandom that is whining and complaining because it doesn't cater specifically just to them.
They're whining and complaining because it pays. That's literally what it is. Because like I said, I've seen so many YouTubers that were usually fairly decent about being, pretty subjective. I'm sorry, objective. It's just like, okay, your whole channel is flipped because being negative pays more and obviously gets more clicks and more views and all that. It's like, okay, basically you're selling yourself. And it's like, and they, a lot of them do, well, this is how I feel. And it's like, if I look back at some of your other videos, you actually had a slightly more, objective take. Now it's just, this is woke, and this. It's like, shut up. As soon as you use that word incorrectly, you're already an idiot. So it's just like you just stop talking at that point.
100%.
So it is what it is. I mean, again, like I said, I don't care how the steak is made, as long as the steak tastes good. And so far, Acolyte is starting off with a good start. I mean, heck, if I was anti-Disney, I wouldn't have seen the greatness that was Rogue One. Like, because there was a whole bunch of characters. There was a whole bunch of characters none of us knew anything about.
Yep.
And they all, made you care about them, and then they died at the end. It was like, wow, that was a good movie.
The first character in Rogue One that we got that was familiar to us that we had seen before was Red Leader. He was the first one.
No.
Well, technically Vader was.
No, Tarkin. Tarkin was the first familiar character that you ran into.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. He did show up kind of earlier in the movie. You're right about that. I forgot about that part. You're right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like they legitimately brought out a whole new cast of characters that nobody had. And the worst part is, it was a story we already knew the ending to. We already knew what was going to happen, and it was just like, it still was a good movie. So it's again.
Well, I don't think we expected Vader to go nuts on that part, though.
Nope, nobody saw that coming.
That was a treat. I'm saying in the sense of we knew that this, like, apparently
Rogue One,
these characters anywhere else.
Yeah,
so everybody dies. So I mean, like, that was fine. But again, it was a story we knew kind of the ending to. It was like they're going to get the plans to somebody somehow. because that's
All
what
right.
A New Hope starts with. So let's go.
Yeah. So Clinton Picasso Andrews has a good one, and I think this is kind of fun. Is it too early for predictions for characters in the Acolyte? And his follow up is story wise. So is it story wise too early for predictions for characters in the Acolyte? Part of me says yes, maybe, because I would like to know a little bit more. But I would love, I'm always open to listening to theories. So everybody out there across the cyberspace, wherever you're watching the show, throw out your theories. What you think? Predictions kind of do involve spoilers, though. He's right. Hand of Omega is right. Predictions kind of do involve spoilers a little bit. So
I'd rather, you know what? I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy the show. I don't
Yeah.
need to try to predict nothing.
I-
We are technically on the end of chapter 1, story wise, on a book that has however many chapters. So the story is gonna be the story.
And and not to dissuade you, Clinton, because I know a lot of fans love doing this, right? Part of the reason why we don't necessarily like feeding into speculation or trying to guess where it goes, because what happens when your prediction goes wrong? And this is something that we've seen be a grift for a lot of YouTubers, when their theories and their projections of how a story doesn't go their way. Then they get mad and say, oh, well, this movie was trash because it didn't work out the way I wanted it to, or I thought it should go. It's kind of turned us off to the whole, prognostication, prediction of story-wise. Let's just see what the story is that they have, and then just judge it on its merits after the fact. Yeah, Steven Sanchez, the Merrick predictions during Ahsoka were just so ridiculous. Yeah, they were. Yeah, they totally were.
I don't know. Even though I predicted Stormbreaker and Avengers Assemble, though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It was kind of easy to do that, seeing as how Mjolnir was intact.
I think about
by
when I
that
was
time.
young, talking about stuff like that was kind of fun. But as I've gotten older, I just want to watch it. I just want to be able to watch it.
Yeah, I
talk about what happened afterwards.
Yeah.
I don't really need to speculate stuff. I don't feel the need for it, because I think the mindset when we were younger is kind of like you have some kind, like you're fans of it and you're excited about it, and you want to see certain stuff, and because you want to see certain stuff, then it's just to me nowadays I just want to watch it and then talk about what we watched, and I don't understand why that's so hard. Fandom. Ham is saying fandoms run on speculation. Smart franchises have always encouraged it. Maybe.
No, he's right.
I personally, as of late, can't remember back when I was young about people running on speculations. I know we did, because we talked about that all the time. We talked about what ifs. We talked about even stuff that we watched, like what if Goku went Super Saiyan 9 and shit like that. Like,
that exactly.
It was stuff like that. Exactly. But that was fun to talk about, but it's not what people are doing nowadays.
Yeah.
It's not
It's
at
like
all.
They take their fabrications and almost project and say this is what should happen, and then when it doesn't, they get angry. They're not able to disassociate and shrug it off and say, oh, well, they went this direction. Well, because they made me look like I was wrong. Now I hate them.
You're the Super Saiyan guy, Super Saiyan. Yeah, I know. But I don't know if you guys remember, maybe if back when the internet was young and we just started learning about Super Saiyan, 2 and 3, and you start searching up other Super Saiyan, somebody made some crazy ass, what you call it, Goku just had so much hair all over the place. It was just like, so, and then you go back, see, you looked at, because we would go to anime club because we were older, so we weren't going back to high school. It's like, look at this right here. Oh shit! I remember when we were speculating about fucking stupid what the PlayStation 2 was gonna look like, and I found some fucking stupid picture. Like, look at this shit. It looks, and that was not what the PlayStation 2 was gonna look like.
Or the
That
Dreamcast
too.
Yeah.
It's just that I remember those days and how stupid I personally felt like I sounded. So like, you go ahead and speculate all you want about stuff like that. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna talk about what is.
Like the internet is full of tomes upon tomes of made up fandom lore that isn't 100% canon, but there's certain sections of fandom because it's produced so well. Like a lot of those pictures of Goku that we saw, right? That were drawn really well. Like they nailed Toriyama's style to a T, and they created this fake representation of Goku with a lion's mane, Super Saiyan form, and his hair was white and stuff like that. And they were saying like this is like his ultimate God Super Saiyan form. This was like 10 years ago, 10
even more than 10 years ago.
Yeah, this is like 10 or 12 years ago. I saw this on. It's like, and everybody was saying like, oh, this is like his ultimate form, and this is getting ready to come out. Watch, it's gonna be real. And then nothing ever came out anime wise.
There you go. That's Super Saiyan 9. You guys want to speculate that?
Right? Yeah, right.
That's
that right there.
And there was another one that I saw. Oh my gosh, let me see. Oh, it was Super Saiyan 10. Oh, you guys want to speculate about that right there? And like, I just because somebody put it out there, just here you go.
Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. He's like, hold on a second. Hold that up. Hold that up.
That one right there.
Yeah, the straight up lion's mane. Goku with the tail. A total riff.
Wait a minute. Here you go.
Oh my God. Jesus. Wow.
What the hell?
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
Like, yeah, okay, that stuff was fun back then, but it's based on your own imagination. I don't know. Teach their own. Do whatever they want.
And we're not saying that imagination isn't fun or anything like that. Don't get us wrong, because we at one point in time we were all there. But I think for the purposes of our pod, we don't like going into speculation because we'd rather consume the content that is presented to us and then talk about it after that. That's all. Clint Andrews is saying, feeling the name Daddy Green's Pizza. Nah. I bet you he knows where it came from. Do you know where Daddy Green's Pizza came from? Because I haven't seen anybody in the chat. Oh my God, what the hell is that? What the hell is that?
People speculating and drawing.
Jesus, bro.
Super Saiyan 100.
Jesus, bro. What? That's crazy. What in the hell is that?
You should see this shit. My gosh, I don't even know if you can see that one. Like fucking, this is just crazy.
Hold
you want to put that one back up? Just have fun with all that stuff. Hold on.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, Clinton definitely knows where it comes from.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
But no, again, speculation is fine, but to a point, it's like with a story like this, as early as it is, it's like there's no telling which direction it's gonna go. So I'd rather, like I said, just sit back and enjoy the ride and see my Jedi Wookiee coming up soon.
Hey, you're gonna see him get killed. We're gonna speculate right now. Master Soul is really the bad guy. He's the one that's pulling all the strings.
Right.
The twins, they're not twins. They're clones of each other, and so clone one of them, and the clone baby. Yeah, the clone baby.
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe it's just either way. Like I said, I'm looking forward to just seeing what happens as it happens, because speculation is fun when you have years to do it. This is literally week to week. Like like if we had just seen the end of like episode 8 or something, okay, we can speculate what episode 9 will be like, but like, come on. Wow.
Fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. Fuck that guy. Fuck him. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Fuck that guy. To hell with you, man. To hell with you. Anyway, Kelnaka better die. There's already a Marvel comic lined up for him. I mean, yeah. I mean, look, Kelnaka probably looks like a pretty cool character. I'm still mad that we didn't get more Black Chrysanthemum. That he was out of Book of Boba Fett. He was sweet as hell. I love it. I wanted to see more of that.
I ain't not expect that shit, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, man. Black Chrysanthemum was awesome. I mean, I saw him in the comic books first, but still to see him in live action but still to see him in live action in Book of Boba Fett, I was like, shit, this is awesome. I want to see more. That'll be awesome.
Hold on. Hand of Omega, how could you not know the answer to that? Whether this is a First Order or Empire hat, please tell me that's not a real question, because the First Order's hats, which I do have one, the officers' hats are completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Like completely different. They had those little freaking flappy ears and everything.
So
I might wear a First Order next week for Acolyte.
He says, my screen is dirty. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. But he also said, and I like this question. He said, by the way, agree with Dido, want to see a younger Yoda. Odds of him showing up. Now, me personally, I feel like they could just substitute Yaddle for Yoda in this instance. Because we already had a lot of Yoda. We haven't really gotten
piss
a lot
people
of
off even more.
Oh yeah.
They didn't even want to do the male Yoda.
Yeah.
They didn't even want to do the male Yoda. They put the girl Yoda in there.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I want all the tiers. I want all the tiers. Give me more Yaddle, less Yoda. No Yoda. Give me all Yaddle. That would be awesome. Same voice as animated too. Yeah. The same voice that we had in her appearance in Tales of the Jedi. I want that. I want that.
Whatever. She's gonna be walking out of Yoda's quarters, fixing her.
Oh, bruh. Oh man.
Like, now we know where Grogu came from.
Yeah. No, but seriously, I'm really excited to have more Star Wars High Republic stuff even after this show is over. I think it would be pretty cool. On a similar note, and I know it's like 10:30, we got to get out of here. Who's looking forward to going to see the last Bad Boys movie, Bad Boys Ride or Die, this week?
I'm gonna go see it. Maybe not this week, but
probably go see it next week.
Yeah, I just want to see, how they pick up where they left off on the third one.
Because like my man mass murdered everyone, and somehow he's not like it's on death row.
Well, here's the thing. In the last one, they kind of had an after credit sequence, making it seem like they were about to have him on some work release program. Basically, like he was working off something. It's like, okay, this ain't the Suicide Squad, but whatever.
Yeah, no.
But now it seems like in one of these more recent trailers, they breaking him out. I'm like, hold on, now which one is it? Are y'all trying to say
what's gonna do?
Exactly. It's like you're gonna work off the years. Or you just like skip it. There ain't no prison sentence at all. Like, okay.
No,
what happened to Amanda Waller? Why didn't she show up this shit?
Exactly. So I don't know. I'm gonna go see it because why not? It exists. It'll be fun. Probably can go see it like maybe next Monday or something. I'll have some time because this weekend is completely booked for me, unfortunately.
No,
Hand of Omega. Of course I did. I watched it. I watched it every single time. Yeah, I watched every single episode of Discovery as it on the day it came out. So yeah, I'm already clocking it. So
all right.
All right, y'all. That's a wrap for this week's episode of Culture Junkies Live. Thank you all for joining us and being here. Love the conversation in the chat. Like I said before, we're doing live watch parties. We're doing watch parties in our Discord channel. Do ! Discord to get the link for the invite to our Discord channel. If you don't see it there, come over to our Facebook fan group, Culture Junkie Nation, and you will find the invitation there. We'll be doing them 9 p.m. Eastern, right as the new episode drops. Looking forward to seeing you guys in the Discord and right back here next week for another great episode for my friends, the Great Daddy Kuji, GQ, and Daddy Green's Pizza, aka Simon Says. I'm Kashiro. We'll see you guys later.
All right.
Peace out.
Bye, everybody. Have lots of fun. See you next week. Make sure you watch the show, not just Stars, but the Acolyte.
Will there be another movie in like Bad Boys without Will and Martin? Probably not, because the original casting was John Lovitz and Martin Short, I think.
That would have been hilarious.
That would have been a nightmare, I think.
Oh yeah.
Just me.